Let's see. Trying to get my lighting here. How y'all doing? So tonight I wanted to talk about fitness and mental health as we are ending off a month. Hey friend, thanks for hopping on. As we're ending out March and heading into a new season, I think it's really important that we focus on mental health and the things that we can do within our power, that we can do to influence our mental health. So mental health and wellness is definitely a buzzword. We've been hearing a lot about it. People are talking about it. There's more information around it. There's more research coming out, and definitely we should be talking about mental health. It's so important to us overall. That's where it starts. Any habit, any action that you want to complete, it definitely starts with your mental, right? So we should be talking about it. Mental health is a real thing. It's not a crutch. It's not a label. These are actual chemical imbalances that happen in our brain. And some people require medications to correct that chemical imbalance. And nothing is wrong with that. Our mental health deserves the extra effort. But along with therapy services and medications, there are other tools that we can add to our arsenal. There are other tools that we can add to our tool belt that actually help us with these chemical reactions. So these tools, like I said, these tools that I'm going to dive into tonight, like fitness, getting active, and nutrition, the things that we put into our body, journaling also affect our mental health in this way. They create a chemical reaction that happens in our brain and throughout our bodies. So some of these neurotransmitters and hormones, y'all, I'm gonna geek out on you just a little bit because I am a geek when it comes to these subjects, and not in a bad way. I just love to learn. But like I said, these chemical reactions happen because of neurotransmitters and hormones. They rule our everyday functioning. They rule our body, and that's what it is. It's not just your brain telling your body to do something. There are signals, there are pathways that are happening constantly throughout the day that we are not even aware of. And these chemical reactions affect our mental health and well-being. And there are things that we can do to affect those chemical reactions in a good way and in a negative way. We can potentially get in our own way. So like I said, some of these chemical reactions are regulated by our body's rhythms, like our sleeping patterns, our circadian rhythm, and some we can influence through our habits, like nutrition and physical activity. So when I talk about physical activity, I'm not necessarily talking about just getting in the gym. So just before you start forming that picture in your mind and getting a bias in your mind right now, just know that I'm actually talking about any activity. It doesn't necessarily have to be in the gym. It doesn't necessarily have to be going hard on the treadmill. It can be whatever you feel you need in that moment. It can just be going for a walk, taking the stairs, dancing. This is physical activity. My goal is to encourage physical activity and to show you the importance of physical activity in your brain health, in your mental health, your overall health altogether. So before we get into how all of this happens, how your brain and is affected by fitness and getting active, just for those of you that may be watching either on the replay or some of y'all may not know me, my name is Fallon Lopez. I'm a registered nurse. I'm also a certified health and wellness coach and a personal trainer. I am the CEO of Are You Well? I empower nurses to take back their own health and healing, find their voice again, and prevent burnout with my holistic programs. We focus on nutrition, fitness, and mental well-being so that nurses can show up as powerful nurse wellness leaders by taking care of themselves first. That's what I'm passionate about. So I'm passionate about all things health and wellness for the community as well. I am a nurse. So if you're hopping on, watching this video, and you're not in healthcare, it's okay. I'm going to break this down because I need it to be broken down for me too all the time. So definitely. So we'll get more into detail about how fitness affects your mental health, and then I'll leave you a few tips that you can use in your everyday life. So some ways that fitness affects your mental health. When you're getting active, you're burning the calories, you're doing the activity, you're sweating, you're breathing hard. You're like, oh, I'm about to pass out. No, sis. You're doing good. Keep going. But all of these actions and reactions, you're breathing more oxygen is going to your brain, more oxygen is getting to your heart, to your lungs, and you're getting more clarity. You're getting more oxygen to your brain. So you're going to feel clearer. You're going to feel better. You're going to just feel like an overall mood shift because of this increased oxygen to your system. That is a wonderful thing. Who cannot get enough of oxygen? Fresh air. And then also in this activity, you're also accomplishing the things that you said you were going to do. Like, oh, I'm going to go for a walk around the block. Hey, I did it. And that feeling of accomplishment goes a long way. That feeling of well-being after a job well done, like, hey, I went around the block, I went to the gym, I did 30 minutes of cardio, I danced. Like, you just have this well-being effect after performing that activity. And that overall produces happy hormones. These happy hormones called like serotonin, things like that, are going to send your body signals and help you feel better, improve your mood, improve your cognition. You start remembering things. So that's another thing. But before we get into remembering and your actual brain structure, another thing that getting active does for you overall in this sense of well-being, it helps produce confidence. So you're like, okay, whatever. How do I get to this confidence? How can I just skip ahead? You're not necessarily going to be able to skip ahead to this confidence, but with repetition, you start seeing those gains in the gym. You definitely start feeling it. And that in turn builds a confidence, a sense of well-being, that sense of accomplishment. And that is positively affecting your brain and your mental health. So it can help you get out of a funky mood. Say you're stuck on the couch and you're feeling like, oh, I'm so lazy, I didn't do anything. Well, if you get productive and you start accomplishing what you say you're gonna do, you release this sense of well-being, that accomplishment, and that in turn stimulates more neurotransmitters, more happy hormones that help you feel accomplished and just feel better overall. So like I said, another way that fitness affects your mental, because you're focusing on these movements. You're focusing on lifting the weights. You're focusing on walking in the gym or walking outside. You're focusing. You're not focused on those thoughts that put you in a bad mood in the first place. Whatever it was, that coworker that pissed you off, the sense of rejection, feeling lonely, feeling bored. You no longer are focusing on those because you're doing something. Your mind is focusing on something else. And in turn, you're teaching your brain to shift. You're teaching your brain to think differently. And when you start thinking differently, you start creating different neural pathways within your brain, different ways that your brain functions and things, period. Simply put, like you're creating different pathways for your brain, different thought patterns. There it goes. That's the word. Different thought patterns for your brain. And you're also releasing different molecules in your body that help your brain grow. Like literally, you're helping your brain grow. So when you hear like physical activity, it helps you remember things because of these molecules that you're releasing and helping produce new brain cells. Like who doesn't want to have more brain cells? I'm just saying, I want to preserve my brain cells. I'm trying to be, well-intentioned with my body. I'm trying to take care of my mental. So doing the things like getting active, getting outdoors for fresh air, you're actually helping your body produce new cells within your brain. Some of these molecules are BDNF and adenocannabinoids. So these are some molecules that are important in modifying the connections between your brain cells. And this actually helps you with learning new things. So who would have thought like just exercising 30 minutes a day would help you learn more, would help you remember things more, would help you think differently altogether, not even think in the same pattern that you did before. Who would have ever thought that? Just 30 minutes, 5 times a week for, however long you want to. And not even just in the gym. I could just get a dance routine in. I could just walk the stairs. I could just go for a walk around my block for 30 minutes and I would have these benefits. definitely a win right there. Another way that fitness helps you with your mental health is helping you cope in a healthier way. So you're no longer using other coping mechanisms like when you are feeling in a bad mood or a down mood, you're no longer using other coping mechanisms to distract you. Like we can get so one for sure, social media. If you're in a bad mood or you're feeling down or anxious or something is not right, you can't really tell. What do you do? Some people just instantly just scroll. We're not used to taking time to figure ourselves out sometimes, or to do that self-assessment, to get really self-aware, to get quiet with ourselves. And I've been there, just wanting to escape those feelings, those uncomfortable feelings. So working out, getting active gives you a better way to cope with life instead of going to the fridge or going to happy hour. And then you don't have any weight gain afterwards. I was trying to look for the word, but you don't have any weight gain afterwards. You have some positive effects afterwards. So which one would you choose? I'd rather have, a sense of well-being and accomplishment and confidence, or am I going to regret this later and just feel full and fat all the time? Like what you have to weigh out what's more important. And getting active can definitely affect you by having a better coping mechanism, better defenses, for sure. Another way that getting active is going to affect your mental health in a positive way is by creating new social connections. So you're getting outside of your house, you're leaving, whether you're going just for a walk around the block or you go to the gym, or maybe you start looking up videos online with other people that are doing different things like you. You're creating different social connections than the ones that previously may have disrupted your mental well-being at that time. Whatever got you in a funk in the first place, you're doing things differently. Now you're moving into a space where you're, okay, I want to see different people. I want to be around a different community. And it's a powerful thing when you start seeing others doing things differently. And you may not necessarily be such an outgoing person. Maybe you're introverted. You're going to be still affected by getting out of your comfort zone, by getting outside your house, by going for a walk, by going to the gym, by calling a friend, like having that social connection, creating a different community. Maybe just somebody smiles at you at the gym. You just make eye contact with someone. That can be a game changer for somebody that is struggling with their mental health. So getting outside of your comfort zone. Maybe you don't just like go be best friends with everyone, but you show up. Maybe you have a positive connection. Someone says hi, you get some eye contact, and that can change your whole outlook on everything. So definitely getting active will help you have a different community, be around different people. And that is a positive thing that comes from getting active. So just to recap, there are some tools that we can use in our arsenal, in our tool belt, that will help our mental health, along with therapy, one-on-one, having that accountability with a counselor, and medications. These are all helping the chemical imbalances that may be occurring when you have a down mood or you're suffering with your mental health, whatever chemical imbalances that are happening. There are some other things, some other tools that you can use that will affect your mental health in a positive way. And you don't need to wait to sign up for the gym or wait for the medication to work or to start working. You can get started today by going for a walk or going for going to the gym, calling a friend and like, hey, let's go to the gym, or turning on some music and dancing. But there may be times when you're like, okay, I'm in a funk. I don't want to do anything, Fallon. How am I going to get up? I am literally stuck to my couch. I've been there. I have been there 100%. So there is a few tips that I want to help you, just kind of get out of this funk, just a way to help you work through it. Some resources that I want to share with you tonight, because we did talk about, all of the positive effects that fitness does have on your brain, on your mental, on your health, period. We know the things, but what do I do when I'm in that funky mood? How do I get out of it? I just want to share a few things that I've done in my own life, as nurses, we get so busy and preoccupied and focused on everyone else. When it comes to our own health, it can be hard to flip the tables, to turn it around and focus on us. So when you're in a bad mood and you're like feeling like guilty or feeling upset with yourself, like I should be out here doing some things, I should be getting active, or whatever the case is, you may be like, I don't want to do anything, I don't want to get active, I don't have the energy. Here is a quick little scenario or a workaround that you can use in your own life. So next time you're feeling stuck on the couch and the I shoulda, wouldas, or how come I don't do this starts coming up, here are a few things you can do to get moving at your own pace. So do a quick head to toe assessment. For my nurses, that means mentally doing a quick head to toe assessment. Like, how am I feeling today? Check yourself. From top to bottom, is something hurting? Are you in pain? Is something on your mind heavy? Are you thinking about a past relationship? Are you thinking about something that happened in the past? Are you feeling lonely? Are you tired? Are you hungry? Are you thirsty? Like, really, like, getting quiet. These are like questions that we don't ask. It's so important to our overall mental to make sure that we're, doing those assessments and taking time to ask those hard questions. Sorry, just trying to fix my camera. Am I good? Am I twisted? There we go. Taking time to do that self-assessment. It doesn't take long. For me, I'll just take like a few minutes, drink some water, get real quiet, turn off my devices, and do the check-in. Then a second step, as you're quieting down and you're trying to figure out what's going to help, a way that you can break out of the funk and get into movement, start stretching. It doesn't have to be a fancy stretch. You can stretch in your bed if you're in the bed. You can stretch on the couch, do some reach overs, touch your toes, do some deep breathing. That always helps. Like I said earlier, because you're focusing on the movement and you're doing the deep breathing, you're adding more oxygen to your brain, to your lungs, to your heart, to your overall body. So you're going to be thinking clearer. And sometimes when we're anxious, when we're feeling depressed, when we're feeling down, we're holding our breath. We're holding our body tight. We're not relaxed. And that can affect your overall, just outlook on life, your overall energy, your mood. You may not even realize how uptight you are, or how you're scrunching your face, or how you're not even breathing fully, how you're just like taking short breaths. So just, if you're feeling in a funk and you're like trying to get off the couch, do the self-assessment, do some light stretching. You don't have to get off the couch. You can sit on the ground. You can just, sit on the couch wherever you are. Just do some light stretching, do some shoulder rolls, do some neck rolls, and incorporate the deep breathing. Incorporate the deep breathing, get some oxygen to your lungs, get some oxygen to your brain. And then if you feel like it, then start standing up. Then start getting into an upright position, standing up, moving side to side, turn on some music, get off your devices, TV, your phone, maybe turn on an app, turn on a meditation, and, just go from there. Move at your own pace. Especially if you're putting a lot of pressure on yourself to be productive and you're not productive, you're not in the right headspace to do anything, that can be, not really helping either. It could be counterproductive as well. So relax, let it go, do some deep breathing. Maybe you're not as productive today. Maybe you are stuck on the couch. What is one thing that you can do right now? You can stretch, you can turn on some music, you can do a meditation, you can journal. These are some tools that I want to help you just practice in your own life. If you are ever feeling like, I'm in a bad mood, I can't get out of this funk, I don't know what to do. You're talking about how fitness can help my mental health. Well, I don't even feel like getting up. This is a simple way, a simple routine to just help you break out of the funk. I hope all of this helps, y'all. Fitness, mental health, these are all things that I'm passionate about. Again, as a mental health advocate, as a health and wellness coach, these are things that I incorporate into my programs and help other nurses break free from. I help other nurses become empowered. So this is definitely an area that I'm passionate about because I too struggled with my mental health. A lot of it was the expectations that I put on myself. comparing myself to others, and not being able to come from a place of gratitude, not being happy with where I am in life, and constantly just beating myself up. A lot of the things to work through, a lot of those things, I had to be in counseling. I didn't get to the point of medications, but I did try to self-medicate. I was drinking all the time, smoking all the time, in and out of relationships. I was self-medicating. So I know what that feels like. But I think the breakthrough for me was going to therapy, finding the right therapist, for one, finding the right therapist, and then using the tools in my arsenal. Like I said, there are some things that we can do that can make a difference in those chemical imbalances that may happen because of our mental health. That is what happens throughout our whole body. Chemical reactions are happening all the time. And we definitely, need to be more aware of that. It's not just, oh, you're in a bad mood, you're just crabby today. No, there's something that's off. And there are things that you can do to help push you forward, to help you shift. Like I said, fitness is one way that definitely helped me, but also addressing the things that you're going through, doing the self-assessments, talking to a trusted therapist, and getting in community. It's all about community, y'all. So if any of this resonated with you, I hope it did. Let me know in the comments below. What are some things that you do for your mental health? What helps you get out of a funk? How do you get out of a funk? Sometimes I just put on some music and I just dance all by myself. Sometimes I go dress up with nowhere to go to Target. I put on some lipstick, go to Target. And that helps me get out of a funk. And sometimes I got to get real. There's something that I do call a needs list. I also do a needs list and an accomplishment list. Like that really helps me. Writing down all of my accomplishments, things that I'm proud of myself for. So one, I'm like writing down all of the things that I am thankful for, the things that I'm like, wow, I did this. Grace, yeah, Target. Yeah. And so like some of them, like just graduating nursing school, quitting smoking. Like I got my car cleaned. I paid off my car, like things like that. I have to bring myself back to the present moment. Like, okay, look, there are some things that you have accomplished, things that are going well for you in your life. And that starts to just writing things out. It really helps with that, just coming back to the present moment. So that's one way. And then the needs list, like I said earlier, what are the things that you need to happen in your life to help you feel healthy, happy, and whole, whatever that is, whatever that looks like. For me, I need to have my bed spread, at least my bed spread. My house has to be some type of organized. My desk isn't always organized. I need to water my plants, and I need to have a window open. Like those are some things that I need to have every day. Having those things definitely has helped me shift when I'm in a funk. So I want to hear from you. What are some things that help you get out of a funk? What help you brighten your mood sometimes? Is it fitness? Is it getting out for a walk? Is it talking to a friend? Who do you call? How does it help you? I really want to hear from you. Just drop a comment below. And I'm also excited to share some resources. Of course, I'm not going to leave you hanging. Like I said, community is important. I am launching a new program, my Holistic Healing Programs, where I incorporate fitness, nutrition, and mental wellness to help you show up as a powerful leader. We're launching April 1st, and I'm super excited about this, the Be Fit and Well, because we're not only tackling our fitness goals, we're getting out here, we're getting the gains, we're doing all the things, we're getting stronger, but we're also taking care of our mental wellness, our overall wellness as well. And I want to invite you to join us going into this new season. Let's spring into action. Your body deserves it. You deserve it. If you want to hear more about the program that is going live April 1st, shoot me a DM. We're going to be incorporating fitness. You got my meal preps, my meal ideas, my daily accountability. I'm going to be on you. Where are you, sis? What are we doing today? What's the plan? We're going to have a strategy session. It's going to be amazing. And the biggest loser wins $1,000, y'all. This is going to be amazing. If that doesn't put some fire under you, I don't know what else will. get the possibility to win $1,000 and to live your healthiest, happiest life, sis, to show up powerfully as a wellness leader, this program is for you. So go ahead, shoot me a DM if you want to enter in. Yes, friends, $1,000 is going to a lucky participants, and because I want us to win, I want to see you win. It's no more sitting on the sidelines. It's about taking action. How are you taking action? It's all about putting in the work so you can see the results, and I want you to win. That is what I'm here for as your nurse wellness coach, and I hope all these resources have really helped improve your life. Let me know below or shoot me a DM. What do you do for your mental? How do you get out of a funk? Let's talk about it. I'm here to support you as always. All right, y'all. Y'all have a wonderful rest of your evening. Take care. See you soon. Bye.